Then out of this dark hole came a ray of sunshine.
Get some water.
This is the Egyptian side of the border, and we're now walking towards Libya. Over here, Johnny. It was difficult to know which direction it was coming from. We've just heard something over that ridgeline. We think it's the rebels firing back at Gaddafi forces. These men have just spotted 2 warplanes flying overhead, and they're nervous, and quite frankly, so are we.
We'll go first to Mike Amor with the Obama campaign in Chicago. Mike, he's just spoken. What's the president had to say?
Yeah, welcome to Party Central, Chris. You can see there the streamers coming down, and Barack Obama and his family still on stage after giving that speech. Norway will get some questions answered later today when Anders Breivik appears in court, promising to reveal his motivation.
Oh gosh, that is a monster tornado.
This could easily be a scene from Japan after the tsunami or New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. It's catastrophic. You can't tell street from street, let alone house from house. 40 tons of marijuana worth $60 million ready to be smuggled down this tunnel. Not the easiest place to get into. It's a tight squeeze. It's not the most comfortable thing I've ever done, I've got to tell you. Goes about 100 meters into the US.
When liftoff, the final liftoff of Atlantis.
So this is it. The shuttle blasts off for one last time. Atlantis will be gone in a blink of an eye. The return to the silent movies is not the only flashback at this year's Oscars. As incredible as this welcome to Canada has been, there must also be a tinge of sadness for Prince William. Today would have been his mother's 50th birthday. The air is full of the orange and black flutter of hundreds of thousands of monarch butterflies. Like so many species around the world, these beautiful creatures are also under threat from illegal logging here in Mexico. He's big. Big enough. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 19 pilots have died in this event, and standing here, it's easy to see why. Mark, this is a day I won't forget in a hurry. After seeing so much devastation, so much death, today we played a small part in one amazing story of survival. Little Winnie is just 18 months old, and for 3 days she was buried with the bodies of her parents. But somehow, some way, she's alive. Just one small glimmer of hope in what still remains the darkest week in Haiti's history. The smell of death was overwhelming, but beneath the rubble, a little heart was still beating.
I think I see the baby. We're trying to get inside to see if we can actually get the baby out.
Locals heard the faint cry of a baby. Suddenly, we too could hear it.
Está llorando. Oh. Sasu. That's her name.
David, what does it mean?
Her name is Sasu.
Sasu?
She was somewhere deep inside a home that had slid off a hill in Wednesday's quake. Just a few minutes ago, these guys heard the screams of a baby. We think it's this man's daughter. She's 2 years old. Her name is Sasu. They can hear her. They just can't reach her. Helicopters are flying overhead, but these men are reduced to trying to find this baby by hand. It's heartbreaking. We thought it was this little girl. Her father dug frantically as a member of our security team jumped into a hole trying to reach her. Is she still crying, David?
Yeah. Poorly, because I guess, you know, it's been there all these days without eating. She's weak.
It was slow work, dangerous too. At any moment, a tremor could bring the rubble crashing around the rescuers. They found one body, possibly a parent.
You can actually touch the feet of that body.
Then, out of this dark hole, came a ray of sunshine.
Hey!
It's all right. We'll give it. Don't worry. We'll give it.
I'll pass it back to you.
Oye, dale agua. Dale agua. Ahora
Come
mismo.
on, little baby. Come on. Water.
Get some water. Dale para beber. Sí.
Here, baby. 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 Here, baby.
Good job, David.
Here, baby.
Hey,
Here, baby.
put some water on her head.
Baby. Here, baby. Who's is she?
That's her father.
She's my niece. No. My brother's father. She's my niece.
Here, baby.
No.
More water. More water, baby.
More water. Hay que buscar más agua.
Where's Dad?
Where's
Dad?
Please blow. Our dad blow.
Baby.
Who's baby? Who's baby?
The father
Your
was
baby?
The father was the brother of the
What's your baby?
I am the brother of the father.
You're the
Okay,
brother
let's
of her
take it
father?
easy.
Yeah.
You want
Do you take
your
her?
uncle?
What's her name? What's her name?
My name is Franz.
What's her name?
My name is Franz.
What's hers? Her baby.
Winnie.
We need to get a doctor. We need to get a doctor.
Don't save the children. That's the best part.
Yeah. Come on. We'll stop here. Alive after 3 days trapped. It turns out it wasn't the little girl we were looking for. It was the niece of another man. 10 members of his family, including his pregnant wife, had been wiped out in an instant. Her name is Winnie, just 18 months old, but a true fighter.
She actually reached out to me. She saw the light and she went out for it. It's very emotional, honestly. I actually thought that it was my own baby that I was pulling out of there. And she did a great job because she stood alive for 3 days. I mean, with no food, no drink. It's just amazing.
Doctors say she'll be okay. It's a story that Australian care worker Ian Rogers hopes will mean the enormous rescue effort will not be abandoned in Haiti.
I mean, obviously this is an absolute miracle and just such a wonderful thing to happen. But yeah, the situation is that there's probably more children that are still stuck out there and that the rescue efforts need to continue.
Remarkably, Winnie barely suffered a scratch. Sadly, the same can't be said about tens of thousands of others in her devastated country. Mark, I'm the father of a little boy not much older than Winnie, and I can tell you this is the most remarkable day I've had since his birth. I'm happy to tell you she's now in the care of her extended family who'd given her up for dead. When I left her, she was doing all the things you'd expect of a little toddler, and we'll make sure we follow the progress of little Winnie.
First this evening, our exclusive interview with Tyson Dagley, the 20-year-old Australian who's just been released on bail from a maximum security jail in Hawaii, but still faces serious charges over a jet ski accident which killed a 16-year-old girl. Well, tonight, for the first time, he speaks to our US Bureau Chief, Mike Amor, about the split second that claimed one life and changed his forever. In the paradise that is Hawaii, another young Aussie tourist set out for fun in the sun, an afternoon of jet skiing.
I remember coming around the last buoy and I seen a girl in front of me. I remember Tash, just yelling out, "Watch out!" and and the next thing I remember is being carted off in the ambulance.
It's a split second Tyson Dagley will play over and over in his mind for the rest of his life. The moment he struck and killed 16-year-old Kristen Fonseca.
In the end, I'd rather it be me than her.
How do you comprehend the fact that you have taken someone's life?
Words can't explain it. You can never give the family back what you've just taken away by accident.
You've seen a photo of her, I take it? Is that hard to see her face?
Yeah, definitely. It's always going to be there. you know.
3 witnesses saw Dagley speeding and not looking in front of him prior to the crash.
Kristen's death caused outrage in Hawaii. Her grieving family, who saw the crash, demanded Tyson be punished.
We're just trying to make it a point that, you know, he needs to answer for what he did. He was being negligent, and he knows that.
It's a dark cloud that now hangs over the 20-year-old Queensland carpet cleaner. Was this just a tragic accident? Police say Tyson wasn't taking enough care. He was standing up and looking at his girlfriend, Natasha Ryan, who was on a pontoon taking video. And because he was looking in the wrong direction, he failed to see that Kristen had stopped her jet ski in front of him. He collided with her at 60 kilometres an hour.
I seen her standing there, and then I looked at the staff member that was with us, and just seeing if he was waving me on or not, and that's all I remember.
Because people have kind of been portraying you that you were being reckless. Were you being reckless?
No, I was just a 20-year-old on a jet ski having fun. Every jet ski out there was doing the same thing.
Tyson was also seriously injured in the crash. His parents, Alan and Anne, received a frantic call at home in Logan, south of Brisbane.
As a mum, your boy overseas, how hard is it to take that phone call that Kristen had died?
We found that out the night before we left, and that was just devastating. You know, the family, I feel for that family, but I also feel for my son. He has to live with that now for the rest of his life.
Just after they arrived in Hawaii, Tyson was arrested and charged with third-degree negligent homicide. His girlfriend Natasha was also arrested after police recovered video of the crash that she had tried to delete, just fueling speculation this was more than an accident.
I've got to ask you about Natasha, Tyson's girlfriend. She deleted the video of the accident. You can understand that looks bad. Why did she do that?
She was dealing with Tyson, she was dealing with police, she was dealing with medical staff not knowing what was happening with Tyson, and she just did a silly thing.
For the next 11 nights, as his family scrambled to try to raise $100,000 bail, Tyson was behind bars in Honolulu's notorious OCCC prison, considered one of the most primitive jails in America. He was threatened by other inmates who vowed to seek revenge for Kristen's death.
You can understand, though, the parents of Kristen would say, you know, you deserve to be there because you took their daughter's life.
And I do understand. And like I said before, I'd be the same way if it was my daughter.
There's no doubt Tyson has been treated more harshly here because he's an Australian, a foreigner. Police fear he's a flight risk, even though they've taken his passport, which they've since lost. So bail was set at $100,000, considered extraordinarily high. Tyson was finally released from jail early this week, rushing into the arms of his parents. But he's well aware there's another family suffering even more.
What would you say to the girl's father?
I'm sorry. And if I could take it back, if I can go back in time, that I'd give anything for her to be back with them.
There's nothing we could say or do that's ever going to bring it back or make it easier on them. If there was something out there, I wish I knew.
Time as a free man is quickly ticking away. Tyson goes back to court in a few hours where he faces the maximum sentence, a year in jail.
Do you think that you deserve to go to jail for this?
I understand that, you know, the law's the law, but to me it was an accident. I didn't intentionally do it, and I hope, you know, I hope that everyone else feels the same way.
Now, when Tyson appears in court in the early hours of tomorrow morning our time, the best outcome appears to be that he'll be given parole or sentenced to time already served, which would, of course, free him to return to Australia with his parents. And we'll have that outcome on 7 News.
Welcome to Redneck Resort! Woo!
No fancy cocktails at this resort. Just beer, rednecks,
Work all week, play on the weekend.
and mud. Lots of mud.
Everybody that loves to have fun, drink a little beer, and loves to play in the mud. That's a redneck for you.
This is rock climbing redneck style. And this is redneck tug of war. Hi, I'm Mike. I'm Andrea. Andrea, you're not going to kill me now, are you? No. Promise? So what happens when a redneck meets an Aussie bogan?
Let's go, Andrea! Woo, baby! 'Cause I'm a redneck woman, I ain't no high-class broad.
How much do you love it?
Love it!
Yeah?
This is the best free facial ever!
In Tennessee, the bogan finishes in a muddy mess. Redneck bath. 4,000 rednecks, young and old, today celebrated the end of America's summer as only they can. Are you a proud redneck?
Man, I am, sure enough.
Yeah, what makes a redneck?
I guess if you enjoy the outdoors and the mud, and all that good stuff, you know.
Teeth are optional?
Oh, well, this so happens I'm not a very good one because I still have all mine. Well, this is our redneck swing set.
Jeff Durrar just opened America's first redneck resort.
In our day and age, sometimes you forget how to recreate. The redneck really is like the last American, true grit American who will change an engine in his truck overnight just to get back in the mud hole tomorrow morning, or, you know, drink a good beer, have a great laugh.
Redneck Resort, baby! Woo! Yeah!
What makes a redneck, Paul?
Mud and guts. Mud and guts.
No kidding. In Tennessee, Mike Amor, 7 News.